So, how you doing? You feeling good? I'm talking too fast. I'm sorry. Are you?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Are you feeling good?
Feeling groovy.
Cool. Okay. Well, welcome back to Laid Off. I believe this would be our fourth. We moving fast too. This would be our fourth in-person podcast. I'm Tyree. This is Michael. We have our producer Jerry.
Well,
in the
you
background.
hear the nigga? What about me?
We got our producer in the background, Jerry, and then we also have one other member, but you'll see him on different videos. If you're new to the pod,
He ain't got his visa yet.
Yeah, you'll see him. You'll see him on the podcast where we split screen and we are in the same area, and that would be our buddy Shane O'Mac. So now that we got that out the way, let's begin.
Let's begin the talk of whatever. Well, the reason why you all came here, let's be honest, there's always a reason why you come here to listen to us. Because if you didn't have a reason, then we'd accept that too, because that's just nice of you to join us. I'd like to have an audience, or else it just seems like we're just talking to nobody.
I mean, we kind of talk to each other a lot, though.
That's really what it is, because even if it seems as though we're talking to nobody, we're talking to each other.
Yeah, literally. So that's why this isn't really weird. Like I used to have a hard time getting behind a concept of talking to a camera, but I've done it before by myself, and it's way weirder than it is in this situation when I got other people to talk to or whatever. So yeah, it's a little bit easier. Like, so honestly, we just having a conversation and y'all just listening and laughing along with us whenever we say something funny.
Oh, shit, man. Now that I think about it, man, I've been recording my stuff, doing stuff for a while, even when I was younger. Like, just talking to narrating stuff, like when I used to record little videos that we used to do back in the day. Then I used to record little Pokemon gameplay videos back in the day. Now I think about it, man, it's just natural, I guess, just talking. And then I talk to myself just in general, so...
I do too.
Nothing strange, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's
Straight be having full blown like straight going. I'm crazy. I be going back and forth with myself sometimes. Like,
especially if like something went wrong or something.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. You gotta replay the scenario in your head. You playing multiple roles.
Sometimes you do a little self-loathing.
Nah, for real, man. People were like, oh, it's weird to talk to yourself, man. Everybody talks to themselves, bro.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
At some point or another, yeah.
That's your inner monologue there, man.
Yeah, like. I just do it out loud sometimes.
Yeah, there's ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, you're just getting your thoughts out there.
But yeah. So we try to have a plan of attack when doing some of these podcasts. But this one, we didn't really come in with much, so we kind of just going with the flow. I mean, it's gonna be pretty chill. We actually have something. Up. We
got a couple things, you know what I'm saying, but most stuff it just come natural. You know, that's the joy of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure like a lot of scripted stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of scripted things. That's why I think some people like authenticity. They like it when things are just natural and you got to feel for it.
I think it also give people a good idea of like how just talking with us would be in general.
Yeah.
You
just
know in case we ever do develop a fan base and they want to meet us and stuff like that.
Ain't got to artificially manufacture some shit up.
It'll probably be similar to what we're doing now.
Yeah.
A lot of shit talking. A lot of just shit in general, really. Actually, fuck it. I do got something to talk about. You want to talk about just games in general that's finna be coming up? We finna be fucking eating.
Listen, I've been going through the blues, bro, because I usually bounce back and forth to like two, 3 different games for real. But man, it's so many. I'm like this Mecha, man. There's so many games coming out I want to play, bro, that I can't because of various reasons. Either because they're not out yet. That's really because they ain't out yet. But
yeah,
man,
we generally play a lot of games together. Like I mean, Jerry too, but not as much as me and Michael do. We kind of like. No, and I don't mean that offensively. Jerry just got a group of people he plays games with as well, so he kind of be busy.
And also the games we play just tend to be different.
I play on console. Yeah, I'm not a PC gamer as well, so it'd also be that.
And I don't really play too many FPS games. Now I play some, but I don't play a lot because I'm not very great at them or whatever. And I also don't play like Baldur's Gate and stuff like that. No offense to anybody that does. I just don't really play. So when I'm speaking in reference to games, I'm generally talking about me and Michael, just to kind of clear that up or whatever. But so this coming even like this winter season going into 2025, we actually are gonna have a lot of games to be able to play together. Because originally We used to play a lot of 2K back in the day. Like, bro, we was damn
Man,
professionals, bro.
2K done got ass. I mean, it's been ass. You know, I just got out of the spell, the hypnotic spell. Of,
Yeah, we used to complain about 2K all year.
Yeah,
and
we
then
used
still
to beat
buy
them
the next
niggas.
one
We would beat
brand
them
new.
niggas like, man, this game dumb, and I can't stand this game. Fuck this stupid game. Hey, man, you see the new 2K 2020 coming
Like,
out?
oh God, man, we'll get it first day release type shit.
Yeah, no,
And
they
start-
pre-ordered that shit dead ass.
Yeah.
I stopped playing 2K like 2020, I think 2021, one of them games. But I can't
Well,
remember, bro.
we stopped playing the park because we used to be
Yeah.
park players. We stopped playing park 2021, 2K21. That was the one we officially retired from park. But we was cold as fuck in the park though when we did play. We just played with this dude named Jason. He wasn't super great at it. wasn't necessarily bad.
And nigga
It's just-
was decent enough, goddamn
yeah,
it.
what he was really good at is following instructions, which some people kind of doubt. But if you can, like, when you playing with people or whatever, people that are able to follow instructions and kind of like, what's the word that teams do when you when everybody go all in? Goddamn, I'm pissed. It's kind of escaping right now when it comes to me. I tell you, but yeah, he's been really good at like just kind of blending in with the team and doing what was needed to be done for the team.
Yeah. He understood his role. And that's what a lot of people who plays in like 2K don't understand. Niggas.
But just team-based games in general. People, everybody. This is why I say, so listen. Before I say what I'm finna say, my kid, we are gaming niggas, but we aren't gaming niggas, right? And what I mean by that is we play a lot of games. We play games competitively and stuff like that. But we also have experienced like real life things, right? Like we've been in. He been in the military, right? You know what I'm saying? I've gotten into various sports or whatever throughout my like time. Ironically, after high school, it's pretty funny. But we know what it's like to be part of a team. So we understand that you were only as good as your worst person and stuff like that, right? So you. But a lot of like just nerdy sit at their desk all day gamers don't really know that. And if they do, they probably have been part of a professional gaming team. But more often than not, you're not gonna run into them niggas. You're just gonna run into a bunch of niggas that just
Everybody want to be Michael Jordan on the team.
Exactly.
Bro. Nobody want to be
Exactly.
motherfucking Pippen. Nobody want to be Charles Oakley.
exactly.
You know
Nobody wants to the buy-in. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. Nobody buys
wants
into
to
the
the
Not
system.
everybody can be Steph. Sometimes you need a motherfucker,
Clay.
Clay
You need
or
a Draymond.
Draymond out there or
Yeah.
Andrew Bogut.
Exactly.
Every team need an Iguodala type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll give you an example, right? When we used to play 2K, I created a character. I called him Trey Thompson, right? He was a 6'7" sharpshooter, like pure sharpshooter, whatever. Pretty high defense, but had like a 99 fucking overall 3-point. I was a fucking machine with it, right? Like it's like I got witnesses. I used to be able to hit full court greens, hit half court greens.
Niggas was juicing back in the day, bro. Shit was crazy.
And when I wasn't playing with Michael or Jason, like in our team, sometimes I wouldn't do it often because honestly, once you play part of a team, it's really hard playing with randoms.
Playing
randoms
randoms is it's rough.
But there'll be times where I just be bored. I hop in the park or whatever and solo queue and like play with a few randoms and like literally. So in the park, the game's supposed to go to 21, and let's say the game start. The opposing team drop 2. Mistake, whatever. Then we get on. You get on my team. I get open. They give it to me. I green at 3. So now it's 3-2. Next time we stop them, back our ball. I get open again. It's 6-2, right? Again, 9-2. I'd hit 3 threes in a row, all green, 3 for 3. We cooking other niggas. We definitely finna win. What happened next is, you already know what I'm gonna say. What happened next is they'll purposely not pass it to me.
Niggas will get to hating
Because they're like, oh, why he get all the shots or whatever? Why the fuck, like, even though we winning, right? And also, it's not that I'm getting all the shots. They have shot and missed, by the way. By this point, it wasn't just 3 shots and we got 9, like, right? One of them probably go for a contested layup and get blocked. And I have to get a rebound. One of them would probably do a lean in 2 and brick, right? And, but I'm the one hitting all my shots. So they'll start getting upset that, like, I'm hitting all my shots and they missing. And they start saying, I got 9 points, they got 0. And like I said, they literally start hating, right? Even though this is a team, even though we don't get, I don't get anything for having all the points like after the part. Like I don't get nothing for it. Like you don't get anything for it. You don't level up faster than other people for having all the points. You don't do none of that. The only thing that happens is personally, you got this thing called badge progression in 2K, right? So you got finishing, shooting, defending, and playmaking. So I would probably get like a little bit of shooting.
Niggas want to work on their badges, bro.
But they gotta hit the shots, and that's what pissed me off. Because
you better go into my career and do that shit,
that's
boy.
what I'm saying. If you shooting in the park and you bricking and you 1 for 7, that badge ain't that progression ain't going nowhere.
It ain't going nowhere. You better just stop. Just
So
give it up, bro.
So you better off working on your playmaking and giving it to me because my shit been hit, right? That's what I'm saying. But they didn't want to do that because they, like I said, people literally get jealous of their own teammates for like shining or whatever. And once again, I didn't make that character to be like that. Ironically, the reason I made Trey Thompson is because me, Michael, and JC used to play, and I actually was the playmaker. Michael was the center. Jason was like the scorer. Jason couldn't fucking score. Right? He couldn't. He couldn't make shots.
He wanted the green machine.
And we couldn't afford to let Jason be the center.
Too much defensive responsibility, but a lot of people don't know how to play defense on that game. Believe it or not.
So although I was good at playmaking, I was also good at shooting. So I was like, well, fuck. I got to do something. So I made a pure sharpshooter. We made we made Jason the playmaker, made Michael the center. Now, for my basketball fans, they probably like, why would you let a bum nigga be the playmaker? Because as long as he did what we said, and by the way, he wasn't a bum to us. I'm just telling y'all just in case. He wasn't a bum to us. That was our guy. But as long as he listened to us and like followed like the strategies we all came up with as a group, it don't matter. Like, so we didn't play like how 2K niggas play. We didn't let him just ISO and dribble left, dribble right and stuff like that. We passed the ball constantly. We constantly moved and like we set off ball screens and stuff like that. So it really didn't matter who the play. Yeah, it was cold. It was cold.
Gameplay used to be tough. Like no shit. Like if you see it, it's not like the traditional like. If you go and look at 2K clips and shit, you see somebody standing in the corner, big man coming up, and the ball handler just cheating,
dribbling back and forth between the screens.
That's not what we did, bro. Yeah. Like here one person had the ball, I come up, set a screen, how you run around that, here cut back,
pass
set
the
a
ball
screen.
to him.
Yeah, we used to have fun. Yeah. We used to be moving, bro.
Yeah, people used to have a hard time defending.
They couldn't catch up.
We used to go on like 20, 30 game streaks on the court because we were playing like closest to real basketball, and they was just fucking
people could not
confused.
keep up.
Yeah, and so I made Trey Thompson because that's what the team needed. I prefer to be the playmaker. That's what I preferred to do. I preferred to cross niggas up. I prefer to hit open shot stuff. But I became a pure shooter that didn't do nothing but run around without the ball, catch the ball, and shoot only because that's what the team needed, and we started winning because of it. And like a lot of people don't have that mindset. Like they just want to be. Like you said, they just want to be Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe. Or something.
Everybody want to be the superstar. Everybody want to be.
It's funny
character.
That. A lot of old niggas, I'm finna do it. I'm finna talk shit about Jordan. A lot of old niggas be on Jordan dick because Jordan, like he'll take the ball and shoot it, and you know what I'm saying, like be the man or whatever, and forsake his teammates. Whereas LeBron doesn't do that. LeBron tries to do what his team need. If he need to be the ball handler, he'll do it. If he need to be the scorer, he'll do it. If he needs to defend the hard guy, he'll do it or whatever. But because of that, it's like that taints his legacy because they like, oh well, LeBron not finna take the last shot. But in LeBron mind, he like, well, I could take this last shot, but this nigga hot. I'm gonna just give him the ball, let him hit. He probably gonna hit it.
Like this is the guy. Like
now, it just so happens that a lot of his teammates have let him down because they're doing that. But that's just believing in your teammates. Jordan team was full of fucking bums, like for real. Like really, there's 96 Bulls. It was Jordan, it was Pimpin, it was Kukoc, and Rodman. The only motherfuckers that could shoot on that team, Kerr, right? Was Kerr on the 96 Bulls? I think. So the only people that could shoot on that team was Kerr, Kukoc, barely Pippen, because I hated when motherfuckers say Pippen and Jordan could shoot, because they really like Jordan could shoot mid ranges, but he really wasn't that great at threes. And then that whole shrug game, I hate that shit because he had a good game that game, but he still wasn't really like he. It's like it's crazy because if I'm their reporter, I'd be pissed because it's like, bro, like I'm still right though.
You're still a bum ass nigga.
You really don't shoot threes like that. You just did it to, I guess, make me look stupid or whatever. But then the very next game, that's what I said. But the very next game, you go back to shooting 22 pointers and 2 threes. It's like you, but whatever. But yeah, Jordan a lot of it fell on him anyway. Whereas LeBron, he kind of is usually around spot up shooters. He usually got a second guy that can get hot if he not hot or whatever, right? So LeBron don't got to do that type of shit. But people hold that against him. Yeah, but they hold that against him that he not the one that's just finna attack every time. Same thing for Kobe, bro. Kobe usually played on teams with like, bro. Them 2 years where he won, like Kobe was fucking averaging 35 fucking points a game. Like he literally had some years he was averaging 35, like shit like that. So that's what I'm saying. And when he was playing with Shaq, I mean, he was second to Shaq. Shaq could drop fucking 40 and be like, Kobe, get 20 real quick. Kobe, get 20. So, but Kobe knew how to play in a role, though. But yeah, like a lot of people just nowadays aren't able to do that. Yeah, well, so they
don't know how to be a team. They don't know how to work in a team unit. Everybody want to make it about them. Everybody want to make it about them, you know. Man, sometimes blend into a team. You know what I'm saying? Work with it. Everybody want to be an individual.
But
If it's not about you, don't make it about you.
But I know I went off on a super long tangent, but back to the original thing we was talking about, which is that the new games that are coming out that we're gonna be playing together, right? So we generally play Dead by Daylight is our main game that we play together. Usually, we haven't played it in a little bit. We took like a slight break from it, but we usually take small breaks.
Anything that's
from
fun
it.
that we play together for real, because I'll be honest, ain't no real like specific genre. Bro. Like,
Not for real.
Like if it's anything like legit, anything that has like that we can play together with, bro, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah, about to say we didn't play Dragon Ball Breakers, Pokemon, Monster Hunter,
Monster Hunter,
2K,
Captain Tsubasa.
Captain Tsubasa.
That was our shit.
Yeah, no cap. Gundam versus.
Yeah, Gundam versus Gundam Operation.
Yeah, but even out of all those, most of those we play Monster Hunter a lot when it first come out. It would beat it, would do everything, and then would stop. Yeah. Pokemon, same thing. We'd beat it together, stop. But games like Dead by Daylight, that's like a constant. Like that's a constant. You do this, you start over, you do this. So it's not really a start and finish type of thing. So like it's not like a story involved and shit like that. So we just do that all the time. But you know, right now we kind of like in a drought of like games we can play together, especially because he got a PS5 and I got a PC. So that's even harder.
So we really need cross-play games. That's another thing. Like,
yeah.
Because the only systems we share is the Switch, and that's it. And the niggas ain't playing Switch.
Man, fuck that. I'm not finna play certain games on the Switch.
I'm not finna buy a game
been
on
a 2K
Switch.
player on Switch.
Yeah, I'm not finna buy a game on Switch that I can buy on my PS5, bro. That's a downgrade.
That's just ass.
That's ridiculous.
But
so many games coming out though that have multiplayer, like the Marvel Rivals game coming out, Mecha Break coming out. It's so fucking holy crap.
Let's start off with Marvel Rivals.
Man, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't play Overwatch. I don't even play shooting games for the simple fact that I don't know, I just don't like them. I feel as though I'm not good at them, and you know it's kind of hard to really put a lot of super like enthusiasm into something that you're not good at. You know, I like to have fun, and I ain't say that I gotta win all the time to have fun, but I ain't trying to be at the bottom of every motherfucking game. Like at a certain point, you start to feel bad. Like damn, I'm holding niggas back. But like you know, I'm excited about it because playing with friends is always fun. You know what I'm saying? That's really what the problem be. Playing solo sucks. Playing a shooting game with homies is way better than playing a shooting game solo.
Well,
homies can help you out when you suck.
Well, for the record, for people that haven't played Overwatch, it is a shooting game, but it's not like a traditional shooter. It's not like Call of Duty or no shit like that. And that game, ironically, some of the better people, they got good aim, but some of the better people are the people that got good movement and good strategy. Like Overwatch is one of them games where like it's kind of gimmicky, right? So like in Call of Duty, you see a nigga, you shoot him, he shoots you, somebody win, right? If they don't get you, run behind the wall, throw on a few fucking armor plates, you come back again and y'all shoot each other again until somebody fucking die, right? But Overwatch, a lot of people got these fucking, they got superpowers. You fuck around and
get hit with a motherfucking move that trap you in place.
And then you get shot. Some niggas crawl on walls, you know.
Somebody
like
start healing
walls.
up after
niggas can
explosion.
Fly. So
niggas teleport on you.
And not to mention that Overwatch, they have extremely giant fucking hitboxes, right? So like in Call of Duty, you got 160 pound niggas that's about this big on your screen. You're trying to hit each other, right? But Overwatch, you got a nigga like you got tanks, right? Tanks are like fucking 7 foot tall, 600 pound niggas running around. You got your fucking support, which they come in various sizes. Some support niggas be small, some be kind of big, and then you got your DPS. Now the DPS niggas, they generally are kind of like small, like not in Marvel Rivals, because Punisher fucking buff as fuck. That nigga big as shit. So I guess it really just depends. But yeah, Overwatch, me, Jerry, and another of our friend Dallas, we generally. We played a lot more Overwatch than Markel, so whenever we all play, we probably gonna like he gonna pick it up as he plays with us or whatever. But it's definitely more fun when you playing with people that kind of already got experience with it, cause it's gonna be an influx of niggas that just like Marvel that's gonna play that game. We gonna cook them niggas, cause like they never played Overwatch, because it's literally running on the Overwatch like fucking like engine, like it's like damn near no difference. I mean, it's a few differences, but like if you play Overwatch.
Way too much fucking Overwatch.
Yeah, like no cap, bro. We got,
1,000 hours.
bro. Like literally, like I said, we got hundreds of hours in that shit. Like,
especially as one of the dirty widow minions.
Yeah, yeah. So
was shooting you in your noggin, and you didn't know where I was.
So yeah, it's like that. Yeah, that game is gonna be very fun, especially at first, because like I said, we gonna be queuing up against the niggas that's playing it because they want to play with Spider-Man. But whole time, nigga, we gonna be blasted ass. Oh, and by the way, I already told Jerry this, but because I'm gonna be a Venom man, I already know I am. I like how he play, and plus Venom one of my favorite Marvel characters. The Hulk hit like a bitch, so I'm not using the Hulk. But like literally, he do like they.
That nigga hit like a bitch, bro.
Yeah, like it's crazy
That
because the Hulk
nigga got
is the
the body
strongest
of the
nigga in
Hulk,
Marvel.
but he got the strength of Bruce Banner.
No cap. He hit like a straight bitch in that game. So I'm using Venom. But I always said though, this and see this is one of the things that makes games like this fun and makes it fun to play with people that you know and stuff. Because my teammates probably gonna get mad at me for doing this, but I got to though. But whenever I'm Venom, if the other team got a Spider-Man, I don't care what I'm doing. I'm gonna drop what I'm doing and betray the team to go kill that nigga. Okay, like it don't matter what.
1v1 me, bro.
It don't matter what. I'm gonna find that nigga and he gonna know it because maybe the first or second time after I kill him and he kill me, he'll be like, damn, for some reason I'm always getting attacked by that fucking Venom. And I think halfway through the match he probably gonna understand.
Make
that
him
nigga.
want to uninstall by the time the game over.
Yeah. No cap. And by the end of it, he gonna understand like, oh, this nigga got smoke with me in particular. Like if it's a Hulk punching me in my back, first off, he not gonna be doing that anyway. But while he doing it, I'm gonna be going after him. The Hulk gonna be behind me, hit me in the back, and I'm gonna be chasing Spider-Man. The Spider-Man gonna be running. It remind me of like fucking SpongeBob when fucking Flats was punching SpongeBob while he was running. Squeak. Yeah, that's how the Hulk hit niggas in that game, which is crazy.
All the gameplay and you just see the Hulk. You see people just casually walking away from the Hulk.
Like literally,
He's
like
taking the shit out of
I've
them.
literally,
Like,
bro. We was watching some fucking videos early. First off, Magneto cold as fucking that game. By the way, we already said
Man,
Magneto.
they finna nerf and buff all these niggas, bro. So what we see might not even be final. I hope they do something with Hulk because I'm like, they ain't no motherfucking.
At one point, Magneto was lit because so it's a first person point of view game. So you looking down like you as Magneto looking down, shooting at niggas or whatever. But we watching and we seeing his health go down, and then we literally no shit. We literally see Magneto blast to us. Then he stop, look over, and you just see Hulk doing this, and then this nigga say. He go back to shooting, bro. And he didn't leave until his health got low enough, and then he just flew off. And then the Hulk was like,
Yeah, they gotta put some respect on my man Hulk.
yeah,
Bro.
it's crazy. Hulk is the strongest fucking character in Marvel, bro. And the fact that they got him hitting like a bitch, bro, is crazy. Like,
Like I said, they afraid to overtune him. They're afraid to make him more accurate.
but it's like Lord. I would much rather Lord accurate than Lord destroyed. Like, bro, when Thanos beat him up in the Marvel movies, that shit pissed me off, bro. I'm like, bro, this is the Hulk we talking about. The Hulk ain't pussy. Like,
Hey, no, that nigga Thanos beat the Hulk.
Straight
so
pieced
bad.
him up and he
was
didn't wanna
like,
come
hey,
out.
bro, I'm done.
he didn't want to come out. I'm like, bro, ain't no way.
Hey, I'm telling you, girl that got hit in the Olympics. I ain't never been so hit so hard in my life.
Then he said, ugh. She's like, hey,
I'm done.
hey.
She said, I ain't never been hit so hard in my life, bro.
Broke the nose type
That's
shit.
what the Hulk was like, bro.
No cap.
Damn, bro. This is
I done fought the Abomination. I done fought all types of shit. I ain't never fought a nigga that'd do me like this.
So Marvel Rivals gonna be a fun game. We also are gonna be playing Make or Break.
Oh man, that game's like that's what Gundam games need to be, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy because Gundam be kind of dropping the ball with like
They got
games or
so
whatever.
much potential, bro. But honestly, I feel like because the thing that will come closest to Make or Break is Gundam Versus, but that's more popular over in Japan because of arcades and shit.
Yeah, but Gundam in general just isn't super popular in the West.
Yeah.
that's kind of
But
the
that's
battle we've
why-
been fighting for a while.
But I've been seeing some of the gameplay, the customization in this game is crazy.
Talking about Versus, or you talking about
Make or Break. Like people been painting their suits to be like Gundam units, Evangelion units and shit, Neon Genesis. Like the customization is hype.
Which
The
I mean,
gameplay is fun,
they
too.
probably looked at all those and was like, yeah, we obviously gonna get them these type of color palettes because we want them to look like them. Because people, like I said, of course I'm gonna paint one of my shits like an Evangelion unit, right?
Yeah,
So,
but this shit looking hype, bro. So many games, and then
kind of describe Make or Break a little bit for people that's
Oh,
watching.
it's
Like,
a
do it
six.
like a
It's
summary.
basically 6v6. Just basically, honestly, it's like Overwatch, which I find funny how it's saying like, oh, I don't play them games, but like I don't know, maybe it's because it is the appeal of flying around as a mecha in a robot suit, just zipping around in like a jet form, shooting rapid gunfire,
That's why I
firing
say,
missiles
I
off.
think the games that kind of put you off are Call of Duty style games where you just let niggas run around with machine guns.
Yeah.
But games where it's more interactive. Like where you actually like where your skill is more than just shooting, but also your movement.
Yeah,
your,
maneuverability
your,
and things like that, skill usage. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
Try Gundam Evolution. Well, it's dead now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know exactly what it is.
played
I played every single Gundam game that has come out, but some don't stick. That's why I'm hyped for New Gundam Breakers 4, another game that's coming out.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
excited.
another we're gonna be playing.
Yes, that's.
So.
Hey, I'm excited. So many games coming out, bro, that are just like that are long awaited, long overdue.
Next up, we got Bleach.
Bleach.
So we are when it come to like Bleach games, we didn't play every Bleach game you can think of, right? Bleach has a series called Heat of the Soul on PSP. We can play like all 7 of them bitches.
I played the DS games,
we
bro.
Played Soul Carnival. I'm about to say you got DS games. We currently play Bleach Brave Souls right now.
The hot gacha game, Bleach Brave Souls, which is currently having its 9th anniversary.
Sponsor us.
Tune in.
Sponsor us.
You can pull the new holified Bankai Toshiro, Human Komamura,
or Mukyo Shunko.
Soifo. The options are wide and readily, plentifully available. Join us on Bleach Brave Souls.
And if you join now, you'll get a bunch of free
orbs to do summons. Hey, that's what it's about. Scratch that gambling itch. Do a few motis and have fun. And join us on Bleach Brave Souls.
Not paid for.
Sponsored
by K-Lab. But in hope that one day K-Lab may reach out to us. Thank you.
Hey, that's what it's for. You got to put in that work. You got to put in that work.
I'm about to say free promo right now.
Nah, for real.
But the reason why Bleach Rebirth of Souls is such a big deal, and obviously you got your detractors, but I would say most of the detractors from Rebirth of Souls are people that just are kind of turned off from anime arena fighters in general. But a lot of anime arena fighters that have been coming out lately have been money grabs because people in the West are fucking stupid. I'm gonna just say it like a lot of people over here are dumb as fuck, right? So in Japan, like the creators of these games that they sell in Japan, like they know that they're expected to give out a good product, right? Like people in Japan, since anime is so readily available to them or whatever, it's like they don't fucking. It's not a huge deal to them, right? So when you make an anime game, they expect it to be a good game, not just a good anime game, a good game. But over in the West, you got all these fucking fanatic weirdo culture vulture niggas that just want to like that. As soon as they see a JJK character or a My Hero character or something, they gonna spend all their money on it. So, and the niggas in Japan know that the niggas in the West are so dumb they gonna buy it no matter how bad the fucking game is, just because they see their favorite characters in it,
bro. That cursed Clash game,
ass
cursed,
and I guessed how we burning that bridge, and I guessed it too. Like even before it came out, it reminded me of this PSP game. Forget the name; it's in all Japanese. I'm a nigga. I don't know all Japanese. I just like anime, but it's in all Japanese. It was a PSP game. It was a Hitman Reborn game, and the style of like play, and ironically, my kid actually think the Hitman Reborn game played better. The
gameplay in that is better, bro. It looks damn near the same too.
Yeah. And it's old as shit. And
like as far as graphic wise, it looks damn near the same.
Yeah, and it's like for this to be not only a JJK game. I mean, have you seen the fucking anime? They spend crazy money on
bro.
anime.
It's huge. You know what I'm saying? You would think that its first major game would get more respect than it because this game like. People like, oh, I haven't played it. I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't played it, and I'm
but I mean, fuck it, we can see it. Like that's the whole. But you haven't even played this yet. Fuck that, nigga. If I type it in on YouTube and look it up, nigga, I play video games. I know if I do this character gonna move like this and move. I know how the fucking game play.
When they reduce the fucking price. When they go on sale for
that shit like $10.
Yeah, when they go on sale for like 20, 30
sure.
at the most, bro. Maybe that because it's a $70 game.
But
bro.
they straight selling it for $70.
I'm not buying that game for full price. You can suck one, bro. You can eat it. I'm not buying that game full price.
But that's just one of the many examples, along with Jump Force, of like how they know people in the West are like fucking dummies, and they just know they're gonna buy it because it's an anime game. Because people in the West like just anime game. I'm part of the anime community. I'm gonna buy it. But it's like once again, that's why people in Japan they get better games because they demand the respect of getting a good game. Fuck it being an anime, nigga. We got that over here anyway.
Yeah,
we don't care.
Jump Force broke me, bro. The Jump Force was like the first game.
J-Stars is better, but you wanna know why? Because J-Star was made in Japan and they only ported it. They didn't fucking make it for America.
Man.
So that's what I'm saying.
Jump Force really dropped the ball. They really like that. That game straight broke my heart. I straight feel like
still made millions of dollars.
I got catfish. Jump Force. No, Phil. But that is. I got catfish by it. I was so hyped for it. I played the demo like, oh, this is so fun. Pre-ordered and everything. I got the whole, played it. It was cool. Then I played it, and I kept playing. I was like,
Sanji can't even fucking damage girls.
this some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Everything, just the mechanics of how the game played.
Yeah, so real slow, real stiff.
Real slow, stiff. I mean, you could cheese so much shit. And then when you think about it, especially as the game went on, they dropped the DLC, the roster was like, it's disrespectful for what the game was supposed to be. When it really only mainly represents 3 animes, 4 maybe.
Yeah,
you know
Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece.
Yeah, them was the ones, like, they got all the characters.
Yeah, they. I said they got about. If I'm giving a real number, they probably got about 35% of the roster.
No, that
which is fucking huge consider how big their roster is.
Yeah,
They got a large amount of characters from their roster. Each show got at least 7 characters from their show, at least. But some of them got more. And then if you even want to go further, then the new age bigger anime like My Hero got a bunch of.
My Hero got a bunch of people as well.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just. But yeah, the point I was making though is that I understand why some people would be turned off from Rebirth of Souls because like people are finally starting to catch on, even though it's the West people's fault, which is crazy. But I guess the West people finally starting to catch on to the fact that these people just making anime games and putting them out and saying, "Here, buy it," because it's fucking anime dummies, and they doing it. But now they starting to kind of demand a little bit more respect finally, and they kind of are judging Rebirth of Souls a little harshly. But what they don't understand is Bleach don't put out really bad games. Like the creator of Bleach actually cares about the product his game is selling. So generally he puts out pretty good games. All the Bleach games you played back in the day, Soul Resurrection, Heat of Soul Carnival, versus Crusade, all of those were good games. Like he didn't he did pretty good.
And then producers for Rebirth of Souls, like I said, one thing I really appreciate is them really putting in the time and effort to go back and play the previous titles to really understand the best parts of each game. Yeah, and that's why like without getting names, like there's a lot of people that don't like how a lot of the stuff they use is more lore accurate and stuff like that. You know? But like I like it. It's more immersion. Like it's a Bleach game. I want to feel like I'm a character. Like that's what games are supposed to be like. You want to be immersed in the game. Yeah. So using in-lore terms and stuff, I like that. They learned about what they're going to make. That's how you know it's going to be as close to the source material as possible as it can be, which is what is really important. Yeah, that's the most important. That's the thing that make anime games so important when they use things from the source material and import it into the game.
And they put a slice.
Yeah, they put their own little.
But the ratio shouldn't be so big. Like the discrepancy shouldn't be so big that
that is like it's just some complete random shit. Like how the fuck?
But with characters we know, it's like that's different. Like no, like. Stick to the source material, but obviously I don't want to just play pages on the screen. I obviously do want a little bit different. I want dialogue I never got to see. Right?
Yeah, I show some extra stuff. Show some different camera angles. You know what I'm saying? Show some in a way that has never been shown because you still taking it from a 2D media and putting it in a 3D environment. Game. So you got to add more depth and shit to it. So. Yeah, I'm hyped for Bleach.
Yeah, it looks exciting. We haven't had a Bleach game in like almost years. Yeah, it's been a very long time.
It's been a while, so I'm excited for it. And then the biggest game of them all, the biggest game ever,
our childhood,
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Yeah. So before we start talking about this, it's kind of bittersweet that the game gonna be coming out because I know we talked about this before. We're gonna be talking about this person, more on this podcast. But remember, that was another person that was part of our group. His name was Casey. He was like one of our closest friends. He passed away in 2023. He grew up with us. And the series Dragon Ball Z Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi is one of the things that kind of brought us together as a group. And we used to, me especially, I used to go to his house a lot and play it with him, whatever. Not to say they didn't have their own thing. I'm just talking about me right now. But me especially, I used to go to his house a lot and play. It's like I used to spend the night at his house and stuff. We'll fucking be up till fucking 4 or 5 in the morning playing Budokai Tenkaichi and Budokai games or whatever. And like I said, screaming and fucking my fucking voice being hoarse and shit the next day and shit because like fucking arms being sore because in that game you gotta fucking wiggle the fucking stick around and burn the fucking skin off your fingers and stuff. And then when you play it on the Wii, you gotta fucking swing your arms around. It was just a great time. So like. It's like our childhood, and they actually bring it back, a game that really meant a lot to not just our childhood, but a lot of people's childhood. So like, a lot of new age people don't agree with this, but they can suck my dick though. But the Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was the greatest Dragon Ball Z game ever made. Like that's a fact. I don't give a fuck. Like Fighters is the greatest competitive Dragon Ball Z game made, sure, but the greatest Dragon Ball Z game ever made was Budokai Tenkaichi 3. You able to freely move around in the game. You know what I'm saying? You can
That's
fire a
why
commandment.
Sparking Zero is so hyped because it's bringing it back. In
Yeah.
a new.
This is gonna be now the
high
greatest
def-
Dragon Ball Z game ever. Like,
Yeah,
this,
like, bro,
this
this,
is gonna be the
bro,
new one.
and if you don't know, bro, they've been milking Xenoverse for like the past fucking 10 years.
Beating
bro.
the shit out of it, just beating that dead horse.
Now they can milk Sparking Zero for the next
For the day,
10 years,
yeah.
bro. And I'd be cool with it.
Yeah,
They
they
don't,
don't even gotta
they
make
don't
another
have
one.
to drop another Dragon Ball Z game for the next. Depending on how they do this, bro.
We'll be old ass men. No kid, no cat. Like our kids be.
I'll be
grown
in my
type shit.
40s type
Yeah.
shit by the time they drop. And even then, they ain't got to do that. Like,
Yeah.
this motherfucker's going to last, bro. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So much to come out, bro.
And just like the roster, like it's funny because one thing that I feared that they quelled my fear pretty early on into the process is that I thought they were going to kind of lean away from a lot of things that made that game great, but they did not. They did. They
I was
did the opposite.
never in doubt. You understand me? I was a firm believer that this is just going to be a new high def version of the game we played in our youth. I was never once did I ever doubt there would be a shortage in characters and roster, in gameplay mechanics, and nothing. I knew it was going to be the exact same thing, one for one, recreated, but with more updated, better things. It was only going to get better. That's how perfect the game was. They knew. Not out of all, they've been making Dragon Ball Z games for hell since BT3 came out.
I'm about to say they did add a few things though.
Yeah,
they took
added
some of the
things.
best things from Dragon Ball Z games that failed previously, right? I don't consider Rage and Blast to be a failure, but I mean it stopped, so they moved on from it. But Rage and Blast had a mechanic where if you shot like a blast, whether it's Kamehameha or Galley Gun or whatever, if you tapped the stick quick enough, you could smack that blast away. Tenkaichi didn't have that. They only had the ability to smack away small key blasts. They took that and added it. And that was like a really big thing, right? Like even though Rage and Blast is forgotten by people that new age people don't know what Rage and Blast is, but like it's kind of a forgotten title. But the fact that they went back and looked into that and was like, this is the thing from this that we want to take. This is a great thing that I think people liked, and they adding it to Sparking Zero is just like that really shows like the meticulousness in which they like going about making
They're
this
trying
game.
to make this the best one.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
They taking the best. Yeah,
They
things
know what
from
they're
all
doing, man. It's been a game in the making for hellas, bro.
Yeah.
They could not drop this.
Yeah.
They just needed the power, the materials to do it. The right engine to put it on.
And they also being smart because they dropping it this year because if you are trying to have if you plan on having a good year for sales for your game, I suggest you don't make a game in 2025 because there's only one game title that's going to win every
It's
fucking
these
award.
games that people been waiting on for 14 plus years, bro.
called,
Grand Theft Auto 6.
called GTA 6.
Everybody knows
That game
because
is-
that's a household name.
That game is a lock. It's a year prior, and I knew this in 2023. That game is a lock to win game of the year. There is no game that's gonna be able to compete with GTA 6.
Listen, the fact
it
that
broke
they've been-
like
they've
every
still been
possible
supporting-
record you could break when airing something on YouTube when it first came out.
They still
when
been
they showed the
promoting
trailer.
GTA 5 for hellas, bro. I'm telling you, man. Games that get support for years and years and years, they sequels gonna go stupid.
The thing that made GTA 6 so impressive though is the fact that I think GTA really got like mostly an American fan base, don't it? Yeah. So
Rockstar's an American thing. Yeah.
so the fact that like it's such a household name in America,
yeah,
like,
bro,
it's
yeah.
crazy. Like
everybody knows
knows
GTA. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto. Everybody knows about it. Like, everybody knows.
literally broke viewership records. I think it's the most viewed gaming trailer ever. Yeah, like in within 24 hours, right? But that motherfucker had like 60 to 70 million views in 24 hours. That's like fucking impossible.
That's a lot of people on this planet doing
Bro,
that, bro. Like,
that's
if
fucking
every
impossible
one person,
in a day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And the trailer was only like fucking like 50 seconds to a minute. Yes, and bro,
Because you don't even got to play games to like, GTA, Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
What's this going to be like?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
So
GTA 5 live. This is a game.
that just goes to show you it's an anomaly. Like it just had its own
Grand
lane,
Theft
though.
Auto is its own thing because what Grand Theft Auto does,
You get
it's
to live.
like,
Oh, my bad,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, I feel like you get to live a life
As a
that's
criminal.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Like,
Yeah, pretty.
in Grand Theft Auto, you can literally like.
I think it's a better version of The Sims.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because like Sims is boring. What the hell? Grand Theft Auto, you can do anything. You can be enormous. You can buy a house. You can buy property. You can buy land. You can go. You know what I'm
You
saying?
can be a police officer.
You can be a police officer. You can literally do anything on Grand Theft Auto.
To the point where people were able to make RP servers for it.
Bro, yeah, like you can do anything. If you want to be a normal family man that works in a salary job and come home to your wife and kids, you can do that.
Yeah.
If you want to be a gangbanger out here selling drugs, shooting up people that got ops you got to protect yourself from, you can do that.
They got a lot of different hairstyles. Like they got all type of different dressing options. They got like different cities you can go to. It's like you said, you can. It really is an escape from reality where you can truly be whoever
the fuck you want to be there.
And GTA 6 is only going to really truly expand upon that. I can only imagine the type of shit they're going to add to that game to make it better. That's why I'm glad Rebirth of the Spark Zero and all them coming out this year, because next year GTA 6, whenever they decide to drop it, it got the whole year taken up.
Yeah, as long as
and we all getting it too. That's another one of the games we get.
Bro, I'm getting all them joints like shit. They out. I'm gonna be playing them all. Best believe they all gonna get their fair share of playtime.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on all these games for years.
Shit, even Dead by Daylight, the creators of Dead by Daylight make another game we getting.
Oh yeah, Casting the Frank Stone. I
Yeah.
got that motherfucker on the wish list too, bro.
Yeah, so like this is probably gonna be like our golden year of games for like for games that we able to play together, because it's been a while since we actually had a bunch of different games we could play together that all were like great to us. Like I said, we went through a lot of games together and we were like, this was cool for a month or two, but whatever.
Yeah, not too many things really stick.
Yeah, they have longevity for us. DBD was the only one that we have never truly dropped.
Yeah. The only reason, and some games we dropped because you're like, ain't lie. Because we played Captain Tsubasa a lot. Maybe
we played
because of the software. You know what I'm saying? It was on PS4.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah,
we couldn't carry it on to the next one. But
yeah,
these games, they got longevity to them. We can play on PC, PS5. Crossplay is a really big thing. It helps.
Yeah,
so that helps a lot.
Okay, where we at?
45.
Okay, cool. We got enough time to do this.
Get 15 minutes because all these are stupid.
Alrighty.
So what is it again?
So this was the best. The description you put is a best standing still moment.
Okay, yeah. Okay, no, I said that wrong. It's still standing moment. But yeah. Okay.
Like, bitch, I'm back.
So
I'm still here.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Yeah. So that's crazy. Maybe you the smart guy, Michael. Fix it. Okay, there we go. I ain't need you, nigga. No, I just fuck with you. Don't fuck it up. So you look like you was fucking back up.
I did last time, nigga.
Alrighty, so about to say, I guess we do got time to do a little anime fun real quick. So, like we said, this particular picture is it shows some of the best moments through our anime of like, and I say history because some of this shit old as fuck, like that Berserk picture. The best moments through our anime history of characters, making a comeback or like
making their last stand, like showing her, like even whether after victory or defeat, like nigga, I'm still here.
Exactly,
like, I'm that nigga.
Then, and I ain't gonna lie to you, this shit give me goosebumps to look at because this is like our lives, bro. Like like Rock Lee, oh my god, Rock Lee still standing at the guard. Like my boys, oh bro, I ain't gonna lie, all my already in my top 3. I gotta tell you,
I love the variation.
Mirio too. Yeah, this is really good actually. Okay, so I guess we should go down and explain them for people. First up is the GOAT. That's Whitebeard. So this is a One Piece scene. That was a war that happened at this naval base in One Piece called Marineford, where a bunch of big stuff happened. A bunch of pirates and Navy men went to war, and it was killing each other, and it was just bloody and crazy. And that guy Whitebeard, he was the captain. I mean, if you know anything about pirates, you know the legend of Whitebeard or whatever. They just kind of anime-fied it, but Whitebeard is one of the strongest pirates in the world at this point.
He that nigga.
And he showed up to try to save one of his people. And he took hundreds and hundreds of sword slashes and bullets to his body.
Bro, just look at the nigga.
Yeah.
He got two holes in his chest, bro. He leaking. Yeah, like, come on.
And since it's an anime, they decided not to. They decided not to do it. This is kind of censored, but
in the
manga,
his face,
half his face,
half his face was gone in the manga, bro.
So he missing an eye and half his mouth and stuff, like in the manga.
He was fucked up,
but he was still standing and fighting or whatever. And when he finally did succumb to his wounds and die, he died standing up.
He died still standing like a real one.
The next one is Roy Mustang for Fullmetal Alchemist. So, in this particular case, he was having a hard time going against this character. In Fullmetal Alchemist, they got these things called homunculus. They're just these artificial people that like have the ability to like regenerate, thanks to being powered by this thing called the Philosopher's Stone. And he was fighting against Lust while he was in one of their hideouts. He was getting fucked up by her. In fact, a lot of people thought he was dead, and he was bleeding out. And Mustang has the ability to like control fire by using his by way of alchemy and stuff. I'm not gonna get too deep into it. Let's just say he controlled fire. And what he did was, if you look closely, his midsection, the left side of his midsection is all charred and burnt. And that's because he was stabbed and he was bleeding out through there. And he cauterized that wound himself by burning his shit open, like by burning his shit closed. And then if you look at his hand, he usually wears gloves with an alchemy symbol on it. That's how he uses fire. But his gloves are destroyed, and he can only use fire by using alchemy. So he basically cut into his skin an alchemy circle so that he could use it like that. And he came and found that bitch and burnt that bitch to death. But when he showed up, it was crazy because they kind of made it seem like he was dead. So him showing up and he closed his own wounds, cut onto himself his own alchemy circle to fight. Is like he showed you like his determination, like the fact that he leads men and he's also a leader.
And he overkilled that bitch too.
Yeah, he fucked her up.
He overkilled her. Like,
yeah, to put it in perspective, it takes a lot to burn out a philosopher's stone, right? It takes a lot. Like, you got to constantly kill them over and over for them to not be able to heal no more. He burnt her so much and so fully to the point where, like, she just disintegrated. Like, her, like, she couldn't heal. Like, she kept healing while he was burning her. He kept burning her while she was healing. So, like, it was just an infinite cycle. But she couldn't outlast his pain, his damage. And she turned to dust. I'm going to let you do the next one.
Oh, Tengen, bro? Oh, man. My man went through it, bro. I'm pretty sure most people have probably already seen this if you've seen Demon Slayer, man. One of the most, like, cinematic scenes of, like, recent time, bro, I can think of.
Ufotable is goat.
Yeah, Yutaro had taken out everybody. It finally seemed like he had the upper hand, was trying to take out Tanjiro. And then Tengen came out of nowhere after being knocked out from the poison, missing his hand.
I'm about to say, to put it in perspective, the last time we saw him, a big old tornado had happened. He got his hand cut off, and he fucking
he had jumped off trying to save Tanjiro, and he was out. His hand was cut off. Like he was done.
He was pretty. In Demon Slayer, a lot of the time when you see a person like face down in the pool of their own blood, you probably not gonna see him again until later. Once it's
probably
over.
Dead or something.
Yeah, but not him.
and then not only did he just can't come back, he came back and basically like
pretty much better than he was before.
Like he basically was like, all right, now we finna win.
Yeah,
and he went to just
fucking
win
goat
it all. Yeah,
the
goat man.
Yeah, and like it's really hard to encapsulate how like
because it looked really like man, I tell you, all hope was lost. Like when I tell you it was a burning wasteland, everything was destroyed. Like, Tanjiro looked around and all his friends was like either looked dead or was about to die. He was getting jumped 2v1.
And you got to think this guy been gone for a pretty long time.
Yeah, he was like
it's been at least like 2 episodes without a minute. Yeah, like he was gone. For a while.
He was like, I'm finna die, bro. Like, I can't do nothing.
And then for him to come back, it's like holy shit! Like we thought they were just gonna do some plot bullshit and make the main character just level up, but like no, he came back.
I'm here to do what I'm supposed to do, and he cleaned up shop.
Yeah,
even encouraged Tanjiro to jump in, get a little hits in.
Yeah.
So he was a real nigga. Tengen was the one that came and saved the day. He even lived through it all. He just retired.
You want to do Gojo?
Gojo got the worst of it. He got shanked up because. This is young Gojo. Yeah.
So this is him younger.
Yeah, this is 16-year-old Gojo before he was, who he known as. He didn't really.
He's about 28 when the show starts. He's 16 in this stuff.
He's like 16. He didn't really understand how to maximize his powers. He had them, but he wasn't.
He was real strong and cocky. He was so much stronger than everybody around him that he never really had to worry about getting any stronger because everybody else was weak.
came in and screwed him and stabbed him up literally shanked him 6 times.
It was probably the most embarrassing loss he'd ever taken. It was the first time somebody had shown him he wasn't tough.
Yeah. Fun fact: he admired Toji because during his fight with Sukuna, he wore the same outfit that Toji wears.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know when I saw that. Yeah.
Toji was that nigga to him, like he is to everybody. But Gojo came back, found out how to use reverse curse technique, which is basically regeneration.
Yeah.
You can heal up. And it was like, nigga, I'm unkillable. And not only do I know how to heal up, I found out how to master my ultimate move.
Yeah, so real quick, if I could jump in, I'm gonna do a quick summary. One of Gojo's abilities is that he can create these red and blue balls, which kind of has to do with like
red pushes away
and blue
sucks in.
Yeah, so what he found out was when he forced them together, they create a new thing called purple, which basically just removes things from like space. Like it just removes things from space.
You can set shit to zero.
Yeah, exactly. And he learned how to do that, and he fucked up the dude that just fucked him up, and then it was just like this scene wasn't as compelling as because you got to think, right, when they showed this scene to us in the show. We already knew how strong Gojo was
tough.
So this wasn't super compelling. It was just like, so that's how he became such a savage.
Yeah, but we already knew he was that nigga before that.
Okay, so the next one from JoJo season 4. So Kira. So by this point, Kira had fucked him up, and and he was there's a character in the show named Kira, got bomb powers or whatever. This guy's name, yeah, and this guy right here is Jotaro. He was like a recurring character in the 4th season. He was the main character of the 3rd season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but he became a recurring character for the 4th season. Ironically, he kind of stole the show from Josuke for real, like really. Yeah. But in this scene in particular, he had really just got messed up, him and a few other people, and one person was in danger of getting killed by Kira, and then Jotaro had got up. But the reason why this scene is so like iconic is because Jotaro was known to have pretty cool one-liners, like right. So like in the 3rd season when he fought Dio, right, and Dio had just like stabbed his I think Josuke was his grandfather. Yeah. Not Josuke, Joseph was his grandfather. So he had just stabbed his grandpa, whatever, threw him to the side. You know, Jotaro got mad, and then he started walking towards Dio. You know, Dio was like, "What the fuck? You walking towards me, nigga?" And then Jotaro was like, "Well, I can't beat your ass from over there, right?" In this particular scene, Kira was about to finish off one of Jotaro's friends, and he had got up, you know, and started walking towards him, and he was like, "What the fuck?" And then Jotaro looked at him and pointed at him. He was like, "It's broken." And then Kira had a watch. He had a watch on. And then, but his watch, he was like, "What the fuck?" His watch was broken, but he looked at it. He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then Jotaro was like, "Your face, that is." And he started punching him like a bunch of times and knocked him the fuck out. So that scene was just hilarious because he just got these one-liners that are so funny. Now
this is good. This is after, if I'm correct, this is after he like was fighting all them the horde of zombies, demon, skeleton, astral spirits in the forest. Like he fought them all night, like hundreds of them.
Right.
And he basically came out on top of his dad, nigga.
Oh, so okay.
You see all the arrows and shit in him. He basically
I'm about to say if I remember correctly,
the way old guts.
Yeah, the way they did this scene, I believe they had showed like the night had passed and we didn't know what happened. And then when the light, when they showed the light from the the moonlight, because it's still nighttime, they showed the light from the moonlight. He was still alive and everybody else is dead. So it just goes to show you that Gus is just that nigga, bro. I mean, I'm about to say it's kind of hard to choose this as a crazy moment because Gus has had a lot of crazy moments. Gus is just like he is one of the most persevering characters you can think of. Like Gus is like has a very just like his whole life has just been fucked up. Like it's just not cool. Mr. Thorfinn,
Mr. I have no enemies.
So this particular scene, I'm gonna speed up just a little bit. So this particular scene right here. Thorfinn wanted to speak to someone that was causing a lot of damage to a place he was living at. And that person he wanted to speak to was King Canute at the time, which was, like...
An old friend of his.
Yeah, exactly. And, Canute didn't know he was even there. So, he was just, still doing his own thing, taking over shit. And the soldiers like, yeah, we ain't gonna let you see the king. And then, Thorfinn was like, bro, like, I need y'all to let me, but I'm not gonna fight y'all. So, like, can we figure something out? And the dude was like, all right, cool, let me punch you 100 times in the fucking face. But you can't defend it. You got to let me punch you 100 times in the face. And if you take all the punches, I'll let you talk to the king. And so, it was a big buff-ass nigga. He was just punching him over and over and over again. And then, I think he was around 30 or 40 by this point. And, Thorfinn is a pretty small frame guy. He probably like 5'6", 5'5", like real small. Like he was mostly because he was a slave and all that, but he was still like pretty small compared to them big Viking niggas he was fighting. And he had, got punched a lot and they thought it was over. And then he was like, nigga, I ain't hear no bell. And they was like, oh shit, this nigga tough. And he kept punching him and punching him and punching him. And he survived 100 punches. And then he was like, take me to your leader, nigga. And they was like, oh, this nigga serious.
You got to do it.
Yeah, no cap.
Like,
yeah.
It's like shit. Like I didn't think he was gonna make it this far.
No cap. They was like, oh, this nigga different.
Yeah,
right,
it showed his toughness and how goated he was.
And so he went. To go and see Canute. This next one, Rock Lee. So
everybody knows the story of Rock Lee, bro.
Yeah, bro, he one of the most persevering characters in anime. Period.
This is when he had got both his legs.
He crushed his left arm, his left leg.
His arm and his leg.
And he was actually unconscious by this point.
He was basically about to get killed because Gar was finna.
Gar was finna kill him. He was finna sandcoff him, and then Mike got stopped it or whatever. And by this, Lee was laying down pretty much fucked up already, and Gar was finna kill him. Then Mike got stopped it or whatever, and was like, "Listen, bro, like it's over. You got it." Bro. And then he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just collect Lee." But then what happened is he felt something tap his back, and then everybody was like, and he turned around and Lee was in that pose, but he was
still
unconscious.
Ready to bang, still ready to fight.
Yeah, but he was still unconscious, and it showed like they like Lee's whole thing is like, you know, hard work like can always outwork talent. And Gar was one of the people that was born with talent. He just the nigga can just control sand.
He had a Gentry can.
That too, yeah.
That's really.
But also it's because of the family he was part of. He controls sand. That's that KKK guy.
I mean, shit. Not even nigga. Just period. Lee he don't got nothing.
Yeah,
all he do is fight people. Yeah, he don't. Regardless of who he fight, he always gonna be considered weaker than
him.
Yeah. Asta came from Lee.
Yeah.
Born in the world where everybody can use jutsu, not being able to do that.
Yeah, so no matter
like,
who you go against, he gonna always be deemed as the lesser one because it's like you off rip can't do what I can do. The most basic thing that you basically have to be able to do to be a ninja.
Yes.
Like if you can't do this as a ninja, you are not
pretty
a ninja.
much worthless.
Yeah. So he proved people otherwise, and that just goes to show that even on the verge of death, when faced against the hardest of hardest, he ain't backing down to nobody.
Now you got Zoro. So in this scene right here, Luffy. Well, Zoro. A lot. Because
of these, isn't it?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
it's
It's all good. That's why I said I'm going a little bit faster. But Zoro, we might go over, but it's fine. Okay, so Luffy had taken a lot of damage up until this point, right? He had fought Moria. He had got pretty much killed at one point. Like he was doing a lot, and there's a character named Kuma that has the ability to reflect things. I ain't a lot of power, silly as shit, but because it's one of the conceptual things. He can reflect things, even like things that are like intangible, right? So he grabbed Luffy and pushed on Luffy's chest and rejected all the pain Luffy had felt up until that point. And then, you know, he asked Zoro, who's Luffy's right hand man, like he's like his closest friend, but also like that's his vice captain of his pirate crew. He asked him, he was like, how loyal are you to this dude or whatever? And his Zoro was like, nigga, I'm the most loyal nigga out here, bro. And he was like, okay, well, this right here, this big ass bubble is all the pain he's felt like all day long or whatever. So if you want to know how it feels, here, I'll give you a little taste. So he literally took like about this big a piece of the bubble and hit him with it. And Zoro was like in fucking immense pain. He couldn't even stand up. He fell over. And he was like, now all you got to do is just take this whole fucking bubble of pain like your captain did, if you like really like that. And Zoro went in, took all that pain, bled out like he bled like a motherfucker. And then the rest of the Luffy crew came. They was like, bro, what the fuck happened? And he said the iconic words, nothing happened.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing happened.
And then
he stood there like a G.
Yeah, and they moved on from it.
The real one. Zoro was a real one for that one.
Yeah. We got All Might, which is in contention for the best scene. So at this point, All For One and All Might were fighting. All For One is like the main villain of My Hero. And he was, you know, on some like real type like demon time. He was finna fuck everybody up. All Might by this point has maybe about this much power left. Like he has a flicker of his ability left because, you know, he passed most of it on the Deku. They were fighting. All Might looked like there was no hope left. You know what I'm saying? Like All For One was finna take it. And then All Might, he dug deep. He just like a pro wrestler or something. But I said the crowd started getting into it because it was televised.
He's a real hero.
It was like, All Might, don't give up. You know what I'm saying? He got...
Ron started playing.
Yeah, literally.
You know when that started playing, you know it's over.
Yeah.
You know it's over.
And then he gave us one more plus ultra, and he fucking gave us one of the most goated moves.
United States
of Smash. One of the most goated anime moves ever. And he punched that nigga so hard, and he slammed him into the ground and caused a tornado from just the kickback of the punch. And then it was a bunch of rocks and a bunch of smoke and all that stuff. And then people was like, "Oh shit, what happened?" And then I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, bro. My hair standing up.
Hit him with
the helicopter with the camera.
Put the light on him. Put
yeah,
the spotlight on him.
And you just saw him standing up with his fist up. And then niggas was like, "This nigga's a guy. This nigga's a beast."
Superhero. Superhero.
That's the similar fucking piece right there, bro. So that was just a golden moment. You could do Rengoku.
Rengoku not giving up. He was surrounded by a bunch of useless people that couldn't help him. I feel like the odds were stacked against Rengoku from the start, bro.
Yeah.
He was going against the top 3, you know, demons in like strongest demons out there.
Akaza,
yeah, with a little. Really
with no help.
Yeah, because he was like, Tanjiro, don't jump in, because if you jump in, bro,
you're going to die.
Yeah, because I'm going to have to work harder to try to protect you.
To put it in perspective, by this point, when Akaza showed up, Tanjiro was on the ground when Goku was standing up. Akaza was like across the field. So Akaza saw Rengoku, looked at Tanjiro, and then in an instant, he was finna kill Tanjiro, and then Goku swung at him. He swung at him and made him jump back. And Rengoku was like, "Why you going after the weak nigga?" And then Akaza was like, "Shit, you right."
Yeah, and then Rengoku had one of the dopest fights ever. 1v1, like a true 1v1. Like, there has been no true 1v1s.
I'm not gonna spoil Demon Slayer, but just know once Demon Slayer ends, in retrospect, you're gonna realize Rengoku was probably one of the strongest demons,
'cause
Hashira, outside of Gyome.
The only one to truly 1v1 a demon, like really by himself. And he
almost
got it.
He almost won.
He almost won too. Like if not for him being human,
literally,
he would have won. But Rengoku put up the best fight.
And also Tanjiro sucked. Don't get me wrong, Tanjiro is a great character. He developed really well. But at the time, he wasn't who he was. If we would have had season 3 Tanjiro, Akaza would be dead.
It's because of Rengoku's sacrifice that Tanjiro became the person that he was. Yeah. So it was needed. It was one of them needed ones.
Yeah, plot devices and all that.
But Rengoku, he stayed to the very end. Now, Adam from Record of Ragnarok, this is our father. This is when I say Adam, I literally
we reference Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve.
The first man.
Yes, Adam, the father of all humans. So he was going against Zeus, which is the god of all gods in that show.
In this particular series.
And in this bout, they fought. Adam was getting the upper hand. He was copying Zeus's.
He was really whooping Zeus for real.
He was beating the fuck out of Zeus.
Yeah, he was really whooping him.
Then at one point during the fight, Adam lost his eyesight. He went blind, which his power works with his eyes. So he essentially lost his power. And then him and Zeus, they legit started slugging it out. I'm talking about like hands on each other's head, just slugging it out, just going back and forth. But in the end, Adam lost.
Yeah,
he died
standing up. He died with his fist pointing forward.
Because when the fight ended, Zeus was on the ground. Zeus had dropped. But Adam was already dead, standing.
Yeah. So because Adam died, he lost. But really, Adam really won the fight.
He won the fight, but lost the big. And then it was such a touching moment because Adam,
that was a particular scene where Zeus, asked him a question. He basically was saying like, bro, like.
Why are you fighting? Like, you hate us? Like, what's the point?
Like, why are you fighting against the gods? Like, in this show, Adam was blessed by the gods. So he like, bro, why are you fighting against us for these fucking puny humans or whatever? And then Adam's response.
Yeah, does a father need any reason to protect his children?
Which in the context of where he said it, it's one of the most goated response to anything.
Like, what more reason you want to kill all and destroy all the humans? Why do I gotta that's the reason I'm fighting you, bro. I gotta protect my children, bro. I gotta protect
when he said it, humanity all fell to their knees in prostration for this nigga, and then Adam, even the guys was like, "Damn, this nigga a savage."
Yeah, but Adam, one of my favorite characters, one of the strongest characters in the series. No one will debate that. Like,
that's why they had him fight. That's why they had him fight. Well, ironically, he was supposed to fight somebody else, but Zeus knew that nigga was gonna lose.
Yeah, Zeus stepped in.
So he stepped in to fight him.
Yeah, but Adam was a real one. Don't let him being naked fool you, bro.
Yeah, no. That's
Adam was a real one, indeed.
Yeah. And then we got another goated scene, bro.
Yeah, changing freaking Tsunade. Stop telling her to stop being a bitch.
Because she was scared of blood and shit.
Yeah, she was afraid of blood because back in the day, her boyfriend died and there was a lot of blood and she couldn't save him, so she feels bad and blood scares her.
Yeah, and Kabuto, this nigga, this dork. Yeah,
this fucking nerd, this geek.
this
fucking dweeb.
Fucking dweeb. No, for real. This fucking nerd was beating on her because she way stronger than this nigga, but she was just
a scary little bitch.
Yeah, she was just acting like a little pussy or whatever. And then Naruto, the real nigga, he walked up and was like, "Hey, nigga, quit hitting her, pussy." And then Kabuto like, who the fuck do you think you are? Because he a geek. And then Naruto Rasengan that nigga, knocked his guts out his stomach.
Yeah, Naruto reminded Tsunade of her brother, which is funny because you know how he died, right? You remember when they showed it, his death?
How he died?
He was on, mission was about to start. He was like all enthusiastic. Let's go. Hop, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, he got blew up by paper bombs.
You see the necklace come back?
Yeah. She's like, no.
That's how he died in front of his sister.
Yeah, like Naruto. That could have been Naruto.
Yeah, it could have been Naruto. So it's like Naruto reminded her of her little brother, how he used to be and stuff, So it inspired her to become a better person. She ended up becoming the next Hokage, which was the village and stuff. So
once again, this just goes to show Naruto was needed in his show.
Yeah, very much needed. Very much needed.
Okay, next. This is what Joey. These last two moments both go.
He didn't say attack, but he would have won.
This some bullshit, bro. Joey won. So Joey, this is my Yu-Gi-Oh fans. Joey was dueling Merrick in the Battle City Finals. It was the semifinals. It was Yugi versus Kaiba and Joey versus Merrick. These are the four best duelists in Yu-Gi. Well, in the original Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And honestly, Joey odds was like,
Joey
like one out of like a million.
Basically, Joey is a scrub in terms of like, even in the beginning of the series, Joey was a scrub. Yu-Gi-Oh was
he didn't even know how to play. Yeah, he didn't even know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
He was teaching him the basics of Yu-Gi-Oh. So imagine basically a guy who's never really played this game, who just been getting lucky all the way through, going against damn near a creator of the game.
Yeah. Talking about America? You talking about Raw? Okay,
yeah, Merrick. You know what I'm saying? And like, almost eking out the win.
The dude was heavily one sided for a long time, but Merrick is like one of them gimmicky type people. So he used the power of a god to do it basically. But the only thing is the guy had drawbacks, and it was one of the few times where that drawback almost caused him to win. But because he fought Joey by actually attacking him with real shit, right?
He was actually getting hit by the
So the only reason Joey was really this hurt, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Like
it's holograms.
Holograms, yeah.
But because he is got them godly powers, he was actually manifesting them into real life.
Yeah, but at the very end, Joey was about to beat him. Joey summoned the monster, and the dude had no defense. His monster had 1800 attack. Merrick had like one fucking life point or some shit.
He
it was crazy.
lost because he could not declare
because
an
he
attack,
couldn't say the word
he had
attack.
Passed out,
yeah,
which in all honesty,
it pissed me off.
Fair,
but
even if it happened in real life, if we dueling and you just pass out, you can't continue the turn, bro. You lose.
Yeah. So he got cheese. The dude was using real damage against it. He lost to an outside force that had nothing to do with dueling, really.
Yeah.
And so, but still, like his stand was, it kind of encapsulated his entire character up to this point. He used to lose a lot. You know what I'm saying? He lost to Kaiba every time they dueled.
Couldn't beat Yugi to save his life.
Couldn't beat Yugi. Duelist Kingdom he lost.
His deck is basically luck based. Like he just he get lucky. Essentially, he gets lucky.
And so this dude kind of encapsulated that. It kind of basically showed you that he actually was the great duelist that he thought he was.
Good luck in the end, and he always get two.
Yeah,
he get the bad
Yo,
luck.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. But this kind of was like his coming of age moment. It shows you that he was the duelist everybody thought he was. Yeah. But he just
actually cold.
But at the end of the day, he just ended up losing because Merrick cheesed him, and then And then finally, Mirio. I'm gonna do this one. So, the true protagonist of My Hero Academia. This is Mirio, Togata. So, this dude right here was born with he born in a world where they got quirks and stuff. He was born with the power to permeate through things. So basically, that just means shit go through him. Like he can make himself intangible, and like if I had his power, I could just bring my hand, go right through this microphone.
Imagine him like Danny Phantom.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like Danny Phantom. He'd be intangible and shit. He could do that. That's just his power, right? And as a kid, his parents had cooler powers than him, but he always smiled and always had like a really good attitude. And his dad was holding him one day. He apologized. His dad apologized to him. He was like, "Son, I'm sorry like that. Me and your mom gave you such a shitty quirk." But he was like, "Bro, no, like you don't get it, bro. Like I'm gonna become the number one hero with this quirk, bro. Like, bro, like don't worry about it. Like I'm gonna be the GOAT." And he worked on his body. He worked on his speed, his reaction, his reflexes. He became as perfect as you can be as a regular human with the power to phase through stuff or whatever. He even learned how to teleport, damn near use his phase and power by falling deeper to the ground and popping back up. He learned how to do a lot of shit with it. And he learned how to be partially permeable, right? So he could throw a punch and y'all hands would go through each other, but he could solidify his fist while still keeping the rest of his arm permeable. So
he basically mastered his power.
Yeah. And in this particular scene, this scene right here kind of encapsulated what My Hero is about, which is a lot of people that aren't human in My Hero, they rely heavily on their quirks, right? Like they quirks are like who they are, right? Like they
define them.
Like because if without their quirks, honestly, a lot of them would be nothing as far as like personality and characteristics and stuff like that. But Mirio wasn't like that. Mirio like always looked at life through like a great lens. He always kept like a good attitude, and he got one of the worst things that can happen to a person with a quirk, especially with how much pride he took in his own quirk, and that he was protecting this little girl, and there was a dude that had a gun, and this gun had bullets in it, and this gun had bullets in it, but these bullets, they weren't just regular bullets. If you shot a person with them that had a quirk, it would take away their powers, and he knew what that gun did, and the dude basically put him in a tough spot. He was like, "I'm gonna shoot this girl with this gun, nigga," and most people, there's a lot of cowardly characters in My Hero, and there's a lot of selfish characters that wouldn't want to give up their quirk no matter what. But without hesitation, without second thought, he got shot saving that girl. And not only did he get shot saving her, when he was coming, he was smiling at her to keep her calm. And he hugged her. He got shot by the bullet, and it took away his powers. And this scene you're looking at here is when they took away his powers, they expected him to give up. They was like, "Well, this nigga lost his power. He done, right? Like we know how these niggas get about their powers." So he was kind of a little depressed. You could say he was down, but he still was fighting against a bunch of niggas that had quirks and superpowers. And he was actually beating their asses too, and like he was scaring them. They was freaking the fuck out. They was like, "Bro, we just took like this nigga's like we took everything from this nigga. Like, what is he doing?" and he was still fighting to protect the little girl, even though he was just a regular person by this point or whatever. And he kind of showed like the true essence of what being a hero
You can
was.
be a
in this
hero
movie.
even without a quirk.
Exactly. Which,
Deku.
yeah, I'm about to say, bitch, bro, I hate that nigga, bro. Don't deserve it.
You don't need a quirk to be a hero and save people.
Exactly. And so he lost his quirk, but he still defended that girl to the very end. And he ended up getting saved by some other people. But, you know, he went around quirkless for a while. So
That's all these moments, man. They all dope.
Yeah.
They all dope.
So I ain't gonna lie, this is a lot. I mean, personally, my two favorite scenes are, ironically, I can't believe I'm saying this, both from My Hero Academia. Muriel's scene and All Might's scene are my favorite scenes from, like, just, like, period. I don't care for the anime that much, but those particular moments, I think those really encapsulate what it means to be a hero, which is what the show is about.
Personally, if I had to go with one angle, I maybe biased, but I like the record of Ragnarok. My man legit went out fighting for the most noblest cause that anybody can go out fighting for. You know what I'm saying?
Protect humanity.
Yeah, everything. You know, and he died fighting. Like, he didn't stop until he literally couldn't go no more. And also Thorfinn, because what he did was some complete, like, that's a man shit. Because they never expected him to survive. They're like, yeah, now, let me beat your ass, nigga. Let me hit you 100 times. Yeah. How you get to 100?
He was like, okay.
All right, now let me go. You gotta let him. That's respect. They all right, bro, whatever. Cause you crazy. But yeah, he earned their respect at the end of that too. He made his point and earned their respect. So that's some real G shit. I fucks with it.
From what you heard, Jerry, what you think?
Rock Lee.
Oh, okay.
It's Rock Lee all day for me, and it's really, for me, it's like the simple point of like, what is it? Being born in a world where you ain't got the same power set as everybody, and still taking it to somebody who has a tail beast inside of them.
Most people
They
wouldn't
didn't
be
really
able
know
to
that
beat.
yet.
Yeah, no cap. A lot of niggas with ninjutsu couldn't be Gar.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been able to beat him.
Exactly. So I'm like, most people couldn't.
But yeah, he was making guard feel his first hit, his first ass whooping,
Yeah.
his first
Pain?
grace with death.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it weren't for the fact that essentially he got caught up after releasing the gates and doing everything, well, basically towards the end of the fight, I think he would have won.
Well, most people know he would have won. It's just
The drawback.
Yeah, the drawback from the eight gates is too much, and then Gar also. I will give Gar also. A lot of people don't give him credit. He was also pretty clever, to the point where like he was able to, like, anytime Lee, Winston, Pan, anything like that, Gar
He
would,
took the opportunity to capitalize on it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I agree though. Yeah, like it was a very unexpected outcome. Like that he, like, it was expected that Gar would win, but it wasn't expected that it would be like the hardest fight Gar has ever had, besides going against Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's dangerous. Don't be next to him.
This is Gar's worst ass whooping in the series.
Yeah, and also it's the worst beat down Gar's ever.
You're like up to that point. That's his worst.
Yeah. I'm about to say, because Datara, that fight.
Datara.
Well, but Datara cheesed him though. He just attacked the people and then made Gar use all the sand to protect the people, then blew up Gar.
Yeah, that's what you got to do to win.
Yeah, that's why when a hero fight a villain, you know, villains willing to cheat. So that's why you don't want to fight a nigga in your hometown. They're like, nigga, we just gonna kill these niggas. You like, wait, no, you can take me. Yeah, we know, nigga, we know how y'all get. Alrighty. This is a really good episode. It's a little longer than we normally do, but we really wanted to get through this since we started.
We like talking to you all, you know.
Yeah, and hopefully you all like listening to us. Even if it's not comedy 24/7, we just like to.
Yeah, we need
y'all.
people to talk to. We need some friends, and that's what you all are here for. Join us on our wonderful conversations on Laid Off. And until next time, catch you later.